want to tell you something.
Closer.
Yeah, a little bit closer.
Hi.
Hi.
Ow! 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 Ow!
Don't you ever with me and alcohol. Got it?
Oh, you got a problem with that, nerd? I'll throw a fireball in your face, because I'm a wizard.
So they were able to get him to the hospital in time.
Yes, he's in the intensive care ward at Our Lady of the Worthless Nerve.
Oh, we've discussed this. Mornings are for coffee and contemplation.
Hey, why can't we be Universe A?
Yeah. We called it first. Besides, this place kind of feels like a bee, you know?
You have my sister. If not, would you like a margarita?
Yeah, and when I see freaks in the street, I never, ever stare at them. And yet I'm careful not to look away, see, because I want to make the freaks feel comfortable.
There's no crying. There's no crying in baseball.
You're listening to Comic Can Coozie, your weekly podcast for all your geeky garbage, kitschy comedy, and nerdy news. I'm Cole.
I'm Adam.
And I'm Taylor.
Whoa.
Adam thought that Taylor had a booger hanging out of his nose, but it was just an entire microphone.
It's still
yeah,
it probably was a booger as well.
Probably.
But
Probably.
So went over to Adam's last night. We had some garage beers,
yes, we did.
Nice.
and I had to leave because I saw the color green in places where this color green shouldn't have been. Yeah.
Ghosts.
Yep.
You shit yourself?
No, I don't know. It was fucked up though. I was like, oh shit, I think I've had too much to drink.
What?
Yeah, I was just seeing the fucking color green just appearing in the middle of nowhere, like clouds of green.
It's weird.
Yeah.
Did you see this green gas?
I didn't.
That's why I had to leave.
It was emanating out of Cole, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Greed.
Fucking Slimer?
I've never really heard of that symptom of too much to drink.
Yeah, well, it happened.
Wow, cool. So we family supper, and apparently I don't have enough family suppers. So I can't just say, "Hey, we're gonna make it just an hour tonight, Mom." You know, but I'll be here next week because we don't do it often enough, and then you know, we have to make a whole fucking evening of it, I guess.
Okay.
So
What's a whole evening? Like 3 hours?
Yeah, about 3 hours.
Okay.
So you could have, hypothetically, you could have left and then come over and had garage beers with us too.
Potentially, but I'll tell you what was funny. A couple things happened at this thing. My parents, they said, "Hey, Jeffrey's friend that joined the Marines is coming back," and I was like, "Oh, okay." They're like, "He's coming over for supper." And I said, "Okay." He's a fine kid. I don't mind him whatsoever. But then they said that their parents are coming over.
Oh,
and
wait, the kids' parents too?
Yeah, they're all they're family friends, we'll say.
Okay,
and
so this is an extended get together. It's not just family,
right? That's what I thought. So I'm like, great. And you've seen the TV show, What We Do in the Shadows?
Yes, I have.
And Cole, you've seen part of it.
Are you trying to say that these people are like energy vampires?
Totally, fucking totally. And it's just like, what are you even saying?
Oh no!
I mean, it's just they just go and they just drag stories out from like the past, and this lady will be like, "Yeah, I used to be your Sunday school teacher, Taylor," and it's like, yeah, in 1990, you were my Sunday school teacher. Like, get the fuck over yourself.
I know.
I know. Moving on, man. But the funniest part of the whole evening was this man that is the Marine's father.
Oh, yes.
Has to wait. He's a really tall fucking guy.
Was he a Marine as well, or is
No.
this kid is the first generation?
First generation.
All right.
So this guy probably weighs close to 500 pounds.
But he's like 6 something?
Oh, yeah. He's
Okay.
fucking massive. And so my parents had these Adirondack chairs.
Yeah.
These plastic ones.
Yeah.
So this fucking huge guy just kind of plops down on one. And my dad's like, "Hey, guy, let me get you a chair, a better chair." Is how he's phrased it.
A sturdier
So
chair.
he comes out with it's like this double wide, fucking like I don't know what it is. It's like what
It's like a love seat from the
Right.
you're showing
But
with your hands. You're showing us the size.
But it's made out of oak. You know, it's like they call it a Sam's chair, I guess is what it was called. But it's almost like a chair and a half.
So it's built for that guy.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
should be.
It definitely was. So he brought it out for him, and my parents got this pizza oven that does propane.
Oh.
So they
okay.
do fire roasted pizzas, and it turned out that was really good stuff. Really good stuff. So we're done with the pizzas, and we're hanging out, just chit chatting. My parents had put this new deck up, and it's really nice. And then all of a sudden, my dad, who is sitting in this guy's chair, the fucking legs just blew out. Just blew out. And we all look over at my dad, and we're like, "What'd you do?" It just exploded. There were shards of plastic everywhere. So my dad takes me inside after everything is cleaned up and things calm down, and he's like, "Taylor, I told Fred to get off that chair because I heard the thing fucking cracking."
Oh.
So he obviously Fred
warmed it up
for him. I'm like, shit, man. It was pretty goddamn hilarious though.
Oh, that's a good.
I wish you would have gotten that on video.
Oh man, and that's what pisses me off is my parents. They put this new deck on the front of their house. There's no reason for them not to have a Ring doorbell.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have to get them one from the Ugly Box store.
Hook them
for
up
Christmas.
So speaking of family, you want to tell Adam who you met this week?
I met a very lovely woman.
Okay.
Her name is Patty.
Patty.
I'm gonna ask her to marry me.
Wow.
He met my mom.
Oh.
It was like I was a goddamn celebrity.
Really?
Oh my god.
Wow. Where did this meet take place?
It was at work.
Oh.
And she says, I was helping her, and
Was
she's
she like, "Are you the Taylor?"
She's like, well, first I said, "Do you know Cole?" She's like, "Yeah." And she looks, "You're Taylor!" Oh my god! And like shaking my hand.
Oh wow!
Like, yeah, I said autographs are $10.
No, so she went to his job, and the person who normally takes care of her had just gone on break. So Taylor said, "Well, I can take care of you."
Yeah.
And then when he looked at her name, he's like, "Patty Wise, do you know Cole?" And
She does. She did know you, by the way.
So yeah, she does. She knows
When's
me.
the hot date?
So
I don't know yet.
So she left, and like I got a text from both of them within a minute of each other. Like mom sent one like, "I just met your friend Taylor," like with a happy face, and then like,
she was.
And Taylor's like, "Do you know someone named Patty?" And like,
So do you know Patty Wise?
which of course he spelt wrong because he can't spell any part of my name right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's pretty tough. It's tough.
And so I called mom later that night. I was like, "Yeah, so where'd you meet Taylor?" And she kind of told me. I was like, "That asshole didn't ask to come over to family supper, did he?" And she goes, "No." I go, "Okay."
I invited him.
She goes, "Why would you ask me that?" I go, "He's been trying to come to one of our suppers for years."
Infiltrate it.
She goes, "Well, he can come over anytime."
Yes. Yes,
good.
I can.
So
a
I
great
guess we're gonna do a family supper, and you get to come over,
Wow.
Can't wait.
She hasn't.
but
been
not
in.
Ferris,
No, we don't bring our dog.
not your dog.
You're her new guy.
I'm her new guy.
Wow.
Her new
Congratulations.
guy. Her new guy. Wait, gal pal. Guy.
You're her new gal pal.
Sure, I'll be her gal
Yeah.
pal. I was just trying to think of what's the equivalent to a guy pal.
Guy gay. What is it?
Sure.
That's what
Fuck. Why not?
guy. Yeah.
Hey, Adam.
Yeah.
Lean over. Can you see this here? It's little black.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Dead
the
pixel?
Oh,
that
no.
little dead pixel there.
a
So
dead bug.
the last time we recorded here, that thing was moving underneath my screen, and I go, "Taylor, I think your computer has a bug." He goes, like a computer virus? I'm like, "No, a real bug." And then I pressed the screen and I squished him behind the glass. I'm never gonna
Makes a
get him
lock
out.
hole.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh, well.
So we started demo and reno down in the basement.
Oh yeah, how's that going?
It's going okay. That's why I shifted back over to here because Deanne wanted to get some of the light fixtures done. And she's like, I'm probably gonna have the power cut out for a bit, and I don't want to interrupt. I said, that's no problem.
Yeah.
So we ripped out all the drop ceiling that's down the hall, and then where the karaoke area is, and then we're gonna paint it. And
you just have beams showing right
just
now.
The beams.
Is that what you're leaving? The
Yep. Then we're gonna paint her
Cool.
black. Yeah. That sucked because those panels or those dropped ceiling tiles were made out of fiberglass.
Oh, sure.
Very itchy.
Oh, okay.
Very shit. And then,
well, were you just busting them?
No. We had taken them out, but they're touching your skin.
I
and
got
whatnot,
you.
taking it
Okay.
down. And then the thing we like there's that trim that goes around the whole basement. It's like that dark brown wood.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what they had done is they nailed in like 2-inch nails to hold up the railing to hold up the drop ceiling.
Okay.
But they only used 1/4-inch nails to hold up the trim.
Yeah.
So here has her ripping the railing out and the nails. That's all coming with it, and one of them fell, and it was just a fucking pain in the ass. And I'm done, Reno. I hate that shit. I watched it on TV.
It's supposed to be fun. You're supposed to hit sledgehammers into walls.
Yeah, well, that's
and
what I
counters
thought.
and stuff.
There's none.
Well,
there's nothing.
So,
yeah.
So, Deanne said you were having kind of like a hard time with that, but you're starting to get the hang of it. Is that true, or is it?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Well, it's funny because I mean I'm not trying to throw shade onto daintier women that want to go tink 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 tink. It's like no, you gotta fucking send it like bam bam bam. I mean you really gotta let her go. But she was just kind of trying to finesse it. And I said no, you can't do that here. Just full force it. And then I think what we're going to do is get some sort of PA system that's going to just permanently live in the ceiling.
Interesting.
And then we'll just, lower it down with chains or something.
A police system?
Yeah, sure.
Or a swing arm.
Yeah, like a swing arm that brings it down. There's this really fucking cool.
This sounds like something Death Clock would do, and I don't want to go to your house because I'm afraid of dying.
Yeah, you might.
Yeah.
You might. But
there'll be sharp objects attached to it as well. So when it comes loose, it just beheads you.
Yeah.
Listen to that.
Adam, tell him what you were working with yesterday when I came over.
What was I working? Oh,
green gas.
That apple press.
Yeah.
I got this old big like cast iron press to squish fruit.
Okay.
But it says fruit and lard press. So I don't know how to press.
It's definitely
lard.
from the 50s or the 60s. It's super old.
Yeah. And so I've been trying to figure out
how big, like the table?
It's small. It's
okay.
I don't know, like a foot across.
It's
like a bucket, a gallon bucket or something like that.
Probably more than a bucket. I think it said it makes 10. What was it? 10? Not 10 gallons. 10
quarts, maybe.
10 quarts,
something like yeah. So it's not huge by any means. But so I was trying to think of what to do with these apples that fall from the tree, and I'm like, I should just make a cider. And that's what I tried to do. So I watched these videos on YouTube, and it's like, oh, get these, cut them up this certain way, and then you're supposed to like basically pre-smash them anyway, and then you dump them into the press. So then it's easier to do like twist the press and then let the juices flow out of it.
Okay.
And so we did an experiment, just Logan and I don't know, it turned out okay, but the apples still aren't ready. It's kind of just sour apple juice. But I figured if I do want to make a hard cider, I can.
Yeah, now you can tell them about your experiment.
Yeah, so I have because I was watching this. This is for adults only, children.
Yeah.
So I found a thing on YouTube, and it was like, oh, just make your own hard cider out of store-bought apple juice, a balloon, and a package of yeast.
Yep.
And I'm like, okay. So I went out, I bought this jug of juice, I dumped some yeast in there, put a balloon on top, and I got it's working. But although the balloon this morning, it was full to the max.
Oh no.
And I was like, oh, I think I must have missed a step, and I did. So I ended up popping that balloon, and it did smell like beer quite a bit. I popped that balloon, and I was supposed to poke little holes in it. So then the balloon didn't expand all the way. It just kind of holds up top and lets
Some of the gases,
nitrogen or whatever leak out of it.
So it's kind of a redneck version of what's that thing called?
I don't know.
It's like a
it's bubbler or something like that.
Yeah, like a little thing that goes in the top.
Yeah. So we'll try it by Sunday. I think we should be able to sample it, and hopefully, I just used like this yeast from the grocery store, and I know they sell like wine yeast and whatever, so it could just taste like vinegar, or maybe it'll taste good. We'll see.
Then you know what we do? Then after we discover, hey, this works. You got booze.
Yeah.
Then we distill some of it.
Yeah. Oh. we could give it a shot.
Moonshine it up.
Yeah.
The government gonna tell me what to do.
But I'm cool with it if it makes like a hard cider, and it would be, they claim it's like 5%.
That's
or so.
That's
or if I guess I let it go a little bit, if I add a little more sugar, it might get a higher percentage. But like a gallon.
Did you just? Now you're a beer guy? Are you going to start making your own brewskis?
I ordered a beer kit.
Figured as much.
I did. I was like, oh, why not? I'll give it a shot. So yeah, I've been I'm thinking about it anyway, toying with the idea of trying to do a home brew. Because why not? Give it a shot. It doesn't take much of anything to make your own booze. Just I'm curious on if I can make it taste good though. That's the only
You'll have
thing.
to call it Abrahamson.
A Brewhampson.
Abrahamson, yeah.
There you go.
Clever.
So we got obliterated. I got obliterated this weekend.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Congratulations. Did you see green?
No, I didn't see green, but
you didn't get there.
Then you didn't do it right.
So I was DD on Friday night for Deanne. She had a little work get together.
Yeah.
And I decided. Then the next night we had a little. I don't know, this gal that I used to work with had some vacation. She's like, I want to get drunk with you and Elijah, and we're like, okay,
sure.
So did she survive?
She survived. I barely did. But
Elijah was fine.
Elijah was fine. He's got a good head on his shoulders. No. So the night before, I had gone to the Luft, or that speakeasy place, and they've got this periodic table of alcoholic cocktails. Cocktails. That's what they call them these days.
Yeah.
And I saw this one on there that kind of piqued my interest. And I said, I'm going to try that one tomorrow night. So it's called the Baltimore Zoo.
Baltimore Zoo.
Yeah.
Is that where they shot Harambe?
No, that was Cleveland.
Oh.
Cleveland rocks.
But yeah, so I wanted this Baltimore Zoo. So I messaged my bartender friend who works at the Thomas and Moriarty's, because I knew that she would do it for me if I asked her. Rather than going into some like random bar, be like, could you make this for me?
Sure.
I look like a dickhead. So I gave her a little bit of a heads up.
But that's what Thomas and Moriarty are, kind of the signature cocktail sort of
Right,
place
so
anyway.
you could-
So I think they'd probably be
Right.
okay with
But it's got
doing
all sorts of liquor and liqueur in it. It's like
Oh, okay.
half a shot, half a shot, half a shot.
It came out to like $40 or $50.
No, actually, it wasn't. I actually don't know how much it was. But then you top it off with beer, which I thought was a really interesting way to top off a fruity cocktail, and it really worked. It was fucking good.
Are you gonna try to make it at home now?
Oh, well, I don't know. It's one of those cocktails that you have to have a shit ton of liquor on hand.
Oh.
And it's like, well, I probably wouldn't drink peach schnapps except for this circumstance.
Well, I think you would if you just got hammered. You'd be
Just
like,
drink-
I'll just drink some peach schnapps now.
I guess so.
That sounds awful.
But then I don't know. Have either of you ever tried Jepson's Malort?
I don't think so.
Holy fuck.
What color did this drink come out?
Which one?
The Baltimore Zoo?
The Baltimore Zoo came out kind of an orangey pinkish looking
Okay.
thing.
And now with Jepson...
Now, Jepson Malort.
Malort.
Yeah, apparently it was invented in Chicago
Malort.
by this guy
Okay.
that had lost his taste and smell.
Wait, a Jepson Malort is a type of booze, or is this a mixed drink?
It's a liqueur.
Okay.
Kind of like I would equate it to like Jägermeister. Like that would be the category I would put this into.
But okay, so something thick
A little bit.
If you put it in like the freezer, it would probably come out just like a Jello or
Syrupy.
something. Yeah,
Maybe. I don't know. I've never had it cold, but
Okay.
this guy, we had run into him we've run into him at shows and whatnot, but he said this is his favorite drink, is this Jepson's Malort. And apparently in Chicago, they've got this thing called the Chicago Handshake, where you take a shot of this Malort and you pound back an old style.
Okay.
And it, I mean, it just sounds great. But anyway, we were there, and I said, "Oh, I got to try this Jepson's Malort. I got to see what it's all about." And holy fuck, man, that is some vile shit.
Does it sting?
It is.
Is it really high in alcohol?
Not really. I don't think it's a very high alcohol content.
But it had to just taste like something for this guy to actually be able to taste it.
Right. It was so bitter. It is extremely bitter. I mean, you smell it, it's like, okay, and then you shoot it, and it's like you took a shot of Brute by Fabergé. I mean, it is so.
So would you rather take a shot of that or eat another choke cherry?
Choke cherry.
Okay.
Oh well.
Oh God.
At least you get rewarded for that one with a little booze. But what do they do with it? Is it always used mixed in with something, or do they only do the Chicago handshake with it?
Honestly, I have no idea, because apparently it's like one of those kind of things. You know, the only reason it survived to this day was to fuck with friends.
But how did you hear about it?
Because I was
Some
at the
dickhead
bar.
told him
I was
about
at the
it.
bar one night.
Yeah.
And so he claims that this is his favorite drink. And then this other gal, she's like, "Oh yeah, I love it. It's my favorite." I'm like,
oh, so they were setting you up.
bullshit. I'm sure you got to a point where you could say, "Yeah, I'll drink this," but nobody is drinking this on their first try, saying, "Oh, this is pretty good."
Yeah, it's probably used as a mixer in like some other drink.
We can look it up on our break, because holy shit, man,
Jepson Malort.
So
It's fun to say.
it is fun.
So tell us about your new project.
Oh, started streaming.
Yeah, I know. I watched some of it
on the Twitch.
He sent. I received a text that's like, what was that? Was that you?
That was you.
That was not me. I was talking. Ghosts. Anyway, I received.
There's green gas.
I received this text from Tayler.
Yeah.
That's like a link, and I click on it, and it's Tayler playing.
Tayler sent a video of himself playing a video game of cricket. And it's
22.
hilarious because Tayler has no idea what cricket is or what the rules are.
Nope.
And he's playing this video game based on cricket, and he thinks he's doing good, but then he realizes he's fucking up, and then he loses his shit. Like,
I mean, I honestly, I have probably put close to 4 hours into that game. And I didn't do any tutorials. I figured, it's like any video game.
You'll figure it out. Yeah.
You'll figure it out.
That's right.
And I even watched a video, like a 20-minute video about the sport. Okay. And I still am at a loss.
Like, you watch that video, like, I have it down. Let's do this. But I thought you were trying to just pick up the accent.
No, that's the other thing too, is because it's cricket and it's an English game.
Yeah,
and
gentleman's sport.
So Tayler keeps on slipping in and out of this really shitty English accent, and
not trying to. It just happens.
Yeah, so he keeps slipping in and out of it, and it's fucking awful. So like, if you want to like watch something that's kind of funny, but also you're cringing,
Yeah, cringe away. It was so what the idea is, and for mostly some of my favorite videos on YouTube are people playing these type of sports games and just getting their ass kicked and getting really frustrated with it, and that's what I wanted to do. But I don't really want people necessarily to watch the full live stream, because the idea is to put up the highlights at the end.
Sure,
at the end of the week. So trying to...
So you can watch it on YouTube.
Condense it into like a 30-minute or a 10 to 15-minute video.
Yeah. Well,
that's my idea.
So,
I tuned in
like
for
you're
5
streaming
minutes.
on Twitch,
Yeah.
but you take the best part of it and then you cut
Yes,
it down and then you put it up on
that's the
YouTube
idea.
also.
I couldn't last 5 minutes, though. That's why I tuned in for about that length of time, and
I don't know.
And Taylor's like, I don't know what I'm doing. Do I press X? What do I do? And I was like, this is boring.
This is boring. Oh yeah, the live stream I think would be boring. Hopefully the highlights will bring you joy, but we'll see.
Yeah.
So that's what my plan is.
That's a fun project.
It kind of is.
Yeah.
I get to learn about cricket, and I think I'm only going to play one more week of it, but then next week I'll stream something a little different.
Are you getting games off of Steam or something?
So I've got Exo with that computer that I got. It came with a month of X Pass or whatever it is for Xbox.
Oh, through Microsoft.
Through
Yeah.
Microsoft.
Okay.
So I found that game. There's a really kick-ass version of Battletoads.
Oh yeah,
That I would love to play with both of you because it is so much fun and very tongue-in-cheek and just silly. And the graphics are really cool.
Is it still like a arcade style side
Yep,
walker?
side scroller, beat 'em up. And,
Yeah.
it's fun. It's fun and funny.
Battletoads is one of those really super underrated games that, like, whenever someone asks you like what your favorite game is, no one says Battletoads, but no one walks away from Battletoads either. They're like, you see Battletoads at an arcade, you're gonna play it.
Oh, Battletoads was one of my favorites. I remember playing that with my brother, and I had a family friend that was mentally challenged. He had Down.
He wasn't like 6 foot something and 500 pounds and sitting in tiny little plastic chairs.
This
Was
guy
he?
had Down syndrome, and Robbie and I would just kick the shit out of him in Battletoads.
Oh, okay, good. I'm glad you clarified because I thought we were talking about abuse
we
here.
were on the same team, but fuck that.
Yeah.
He would just
Get out of the way.
He would get irate.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Want to take a break, Cole?
I don't care if you want to.
Sure.
Okay,
Wait. Before you go on, Cole.
What?
It's not fair that you plugged my new endeavor. We should talk about your OnlyFans page. It's only fair.
Oh yeah, it's a lot of feet stuff, and I insert things into my backside.
I heard that's hot.
So hypothetically, let's say you come across a large sum of money, like not a life-changing sum or nothing, but like it'll take care of your rent and you'll have a little bit left over.
Well, rent for how long? 1 month?
1 month.
Okay.
But you know where it came from, and it's from a bank. But if you kept it, you wouldn't get caught.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
What do you do?
What bank? First of all,
an actual bank and not a credit union. Wait, I want to know.
The one across the street from
is this money
from Buffalo Wild Wings on 3rd?
How do I get this money? Is it suddenly deposited in my account?
They fucked up, and then like when you doing the books for work, you requested a certain amount of money, and they gave you almost double that.
Oh, I don't know. You'd think when they would finally track it somehow, but maybe not. I don't know. That's a tough one.
Yeah, they definitely would, because if you go to a specific person, that teller has, I'm sure, their own register or their own amount.
and if it's like they requested 2,000,
you're not going to get caught.
100% not caught.
Okay, keep it and spend it. Yeah.
All right, that happened this week.
Well, I kind of figured
it happened this week.
Because you gave
the thing
more
is
details.
the thing is that like at the end of the day, like I opened the bank bag after 5, so they were already closed.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck. All right, I got to give this back. So because the girl would have gotten fired. Probably. But
you said no one got caught. No one would get caught, you said.
I said you wouldn't get caught. So the girl.
This is like when you wish it on a genie and it's something bad might not necessarily happen to you, but it'll fuck something else.
That's what.
Here's the thing.
That most recent episode, or that episode with the genie and Nandor was witching for his dick, and they had like all of these stipulations to make sure that he didn't get fucked over in the end.
You got me. Yeah.
But you said you'd keep it.
Well,
you're a bad guy.
No, I'm not. It's I think it's so many
Adam.
more.
I just don't think that from the story that you described, Cole. There's no way the bank wouldn't have known where this money went.
No, because I found out the next day when she went through her till, she was freaking out because she didn't know where her $800 went.
Well, that's
So
what I mean.
she miscounted.
Well, that's what I
Like-
mean. Still, like if it's $800 that's missing, they could find, I would think, the one that requested $800 and she had doubled it.
Well,
They could be
no,
like,
no,
okay, we
I
know it's
actually
this
didn't
one.
request the same amount. I didn't request that
That's
much.
true.
I requested actually more than that. She gave me almost double what I requested.
Almost. So what would have happened was, yeah, she just would have been short. She probably didn't know where it came from or where it went to.
So yeah, I requested $200 in 20s. She gave me $1,000 in 20s,
Damn.
and like just I don't know. Instead of giving me $200, she gave me 2 packs of 20s because 20s come in packs of 500.
She blew it. So my question, well, good thing you're honest, Cole. Tell me you got more than just a fucking dumb sucker out of the deal.
I didn't get nothing.
You
out of
don't
it.
get. Why would
I didn't
they
even
give-
take the bank
what
back.
kind-
I get my boss did the next day.
What
I don't
kind
know
of
if
reward would they give? There's no reward
not-
for
they're a
being
bank.
honest. It doesn't happen.
Then fuck them.
yeah, there's no reward for
I
being
would've
honest.
just
There's
kept it.
only rewards
Sorry,
for
Cole.
being a piece of
You
shit.
feel better about yourself, and then you think about it, and you're like, God, I could
man,
have
I-
got away with this.
I could have.
But then, like, it still will haunt you for a while. You know,
For a while. And then you're like, whatever.
I
She'll-
have
she'll
bills
find-
to pay.
That's what I'm
got
saying. It
bills.
could have totally covered the one month, and then I'd have had a little bit left over.
Wait,
Yeah, you feel ahead for a while, but still,
Got kids.
Just
They got kids.
yeah, it's still like, nah, it's the wrong kind of situation. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out like, because I've found like $20 on the ground. That's their fault. They lost it. Okay, I found a $50 bill on the ground before. That's their fault.
Hey.
They lost it.
How many?
Be more responsible with your money. But if I found an envelope of cash somewhere, that's like thousands of dollars, I would start having some issues with what am I supposed to do with this?
That actually happened to me one time with Taylor. I was sitting next to Taylor. We were at a Comic Con. All those Batman creators were talking.
Yeah.
And then we left, and I didn't realize that an envelope full of cash had fallen out of my coat pocket when we were there.
Yeah. Oh, so
And
that was,
I went back. Thankfully, it was still on the floor. No one had found it. But
Yeah.
it was like $1,000 worth of
but with
money.
I mean, even there, like with that many people around,
How
it
are
would
you
be-
ever going to track that
you would,
person
but
down?
you'd think
It's
they
impossible.
lost and found. You would hope or something that there's someone out there, but I don't know. I always think like
But then-
someone loses this money at a Comic-Con. I don't know, because then that sounds like money they're willing to blow at the Comic-Con.
Uh-huh.
But if it's so, like it depends on where you find it somehow, because I just feel like if you're carrying that much cash around, there's something wrong with you to have that much cash on. Well, I'm saying like if it's
Yeah, there's something wrong with me. I don't trust the banks.
yeah, okay, I'll keep it then. But
You don't trust the banks yet. You'd be like, here you go, bank. Here's
Yeah,
your money
I know.
back.
That's the thing. I don't know. I just felt I thought the girl was gonna get fired.
How old was she?
I don't know. I never met her. I don't know. I
you're
didn't
like,
even know that
18,
it
she'll
was.
find another job.
I didn't even know that it was a girl. Like, it could have been a guy, but like I found out later it was a girl.
Here's my deal. Banks are motherfuckers. I really don't care what bank they're part of. You know, I did preface it by saying which bank was it. Fuck it. It doesn't matter. They're a bunch of greedy motherfuckers. $800. Fuck them. You're not stealing from anybody. It's called FDIC, baby. Federally insured.
Okay.
Fuck them.
So we know Taylor's a piece of shit.
No, I
That's
don't
all
think
I wanted
so.
out of this.
No, I don't think so. I'm pretty chaotic, evil when it comes to a lot of things. And that's definitely, I would have just taken the money. and
Find
run.
your keepers.
Find your keeper.
But I would have a harder time too if it was in a workplace though too. It's just like if the teller accidentally gave me too much money or something and I didn't count it until later, I'd be like,
This
okay.
happened to me at Taco Bell once.
Yeah.
I went through Taco Bell line. Okay, this was many years ago, and I paid with a 50.
Yeah.
Okay, give the guy the 50. He gives me change back for 100. And I look down at it. I look back at him, and I said, "Are you sure?"
He's like, that's what the computer says.
No. He's like, but then he gives me attitude. He was like, yeah, I'm sure. Okay.
Because
Tell me it was the one by Menards.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Then there's nothing wrong.
I said, okay.
Because he's automatically assuming you're blaming him for shortchanging you, right? and you're trying to be honest and be like, no, you gave me too much money, but screw
Paul, you're $80 short. What happened? This fucking guy, he was cocking off to me.
So I gave him more money. I caved. There's too much pressure.
So yeah, that was the.
I don't know. I got, strangely enough, one time I received an extra 20 in an ATM withdrawal.
Okay.
And I don't know how that happens.
I got shorted once.
Oh, perfect. Yeah. See, but I was trying to figure out whether or not someone had like grabbed their money out of it and left a 20, or if the machine somehow
just like, look at this handsome guy. Let's slip him an extra 20.
Stuck together. And like, what would the honest person do? Would they like call the number on the ATM and be like, you gave me too much money? I don't think so.
No, let me tell you what happened in my experience. I went to the Grand Theater.
Okay.
Took out 40. I got 20. And I go in to the Grand. And this is when the Grand still only took cash.
Okay.
Right? And I was like, what the fuck? Right? So I go in and I say, what's going on with this? And they're like, oh, that's not our ATM. You're going to have to call your bank. I'm like, what the fuck do you mean? I'm going to have to call my bank. So, I don't know. Fuck that. So with what Adam said, you just got free money. You don't call anybody.
Adam just left, but I told him this story last night, so I'm going to tell it to you. Mm-hmm. So the other day when I did that Thursday throw up by myself, just 3.5 minute episode, responding to someone who's bitching about the fact that I bitch about Arby's, and the comment I got back was, "I like this episode, just the right amount of Tayler."
It was actually Cole that left the comments. There was, speaking of Comic Con, Cole is definitely not into this one, but I'm going to Minneapolis.
Okay.
For the Minneapolis, or the Twin Cities Con.
Galaxy Con?
No, it's not Galaxy Con. It's called the Twin Cities Con.
Oh, really?
And honestly, there's only one guest in the entire world that would get me to go and meet the person.
Craig Ferguson.
That would be good, but no, not Greg.
Don Rickles.
He's dead, dude.
I know. That's
but
why he's the only person that you would go for.
Mr. Potato Head!
It's Mr. Potato Head.
Nope. It's actually a little guy I like to call...
Wait.
Danny DeVito.
He said a little guy. It's going to be a midget. Hornswoggle.
Nope. Brendan Fraser.
Oh, get out of town.
He's going to be there.
Oh, I'm so curious on what he looks like.
I like Brendan.
Well, face-wise, I'm just saying, like, the new stuff I've seen, I knew that he was doing a movie called The Whale.
Yeah.
Where evidently he put on a bunch of weight, but I assume they added a bunch of fake weight too. But Brendan's been looking bigger for a while. Right. So I want to see what he looks like now.
Apparently, from what I've heard, they're talking Oscars for this.
For that role. That'd be great. Good for Brendan.
A,
get him back.
So I'm so excited. Deanne messaged me and I said, yeah, well, this is going to happen. So
did you know that they that he was in that Batgirl movie that they canceled?
Yes.
What was he going to be? The Firefly. That would have been awesome.
Yeah, it would have been fucking awesome. But we know how Hollywood is idiots. But anyway, Twin City Con, going to be going.
When is that?
Foley is going to be there as well.
Okay.
That'd be cool. November 11th, I want to say.
That's cool. I'm already going to Burt Kreischer the day before here in Bismarck.
I think it's that weekend, November.
I've been seeing some ads pop up for one in Fargo.
Yeah, that
too.
one.
I was wondering if they were kind of close to each other, where you could pop to one and then keep going and hit the next one.
That would be really cool. But this is where I don't understand the Twin Cities Con, or sorry, the Fargo Con or Valley Con. They call it.
Yeah.
We had gone to the one up in Minot, and I was actually kind of blown away.
Magicon.
Yeah. Imagicon, whatever it's called. I was really blown away by that. I really did not expect as many artists and as many vendors. Mm-hmm. That place was hopping. I would never have done a weekend type of thing there.
Yeah.
One day would have been perfect. I think that's what we ended up doing.
You should tell me about that next year when that happens. I kind of want to go.
It was
check
really
that out.
cool.
I had considered doing a 1 day because I didn't think I could do 3 days for
I
that.
don't think we did. I think we just did a weekend. I think we did Saturday and then Sunday. I don't remember.
Yeah, if you boys go next year, I'll go to that one too.
We'll do
so.
it. But the Fargo one is actually happening the same weekend as Laura Jane Grace is playing in Fargo.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So we're going for that show on Thursday, and then Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I think we're making a whole weekend of it, and then we're going to stay.
You should send me a link to that so I can see who's going.
We really ought to, because that's the thing. That's what I was going to mention about. So MagicCon has all their guests laid out, like, hey, this is who's going to be here. These are the dates. Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. For MagicCon, right away you click on their site and you're like, holy shit, they got this guy, they got this guy, they got this guy. Mm-hmm. That's fucking cool. And then you start to do a little digging. No. They had already been at this con.
Okay.
Before.
These are alumni of this convention.
Right.
Sure.
It's like, fuck you, man. That pisses me off.
But no, you should send me for the Fargo one. You should send me.
Yeah, well, we can look it up here in a little bit.
Okay.
See what's happening. Going to Fargo.
My cousin's become a tattoo artist just recently here, so I think it's about time to get the Comic Can Coozie tattoo.
Oh,
get
really?
the logo
On what part of the body?
on my butt.
Yeah, that's a good spot for it. Yeah,
that's a good spot.
Actually, you should get a face tattoo.
Oh yeah, I should do that.
Patty would like that.
No, I don't know where I'd get it. I got to think about it, but
yeah, cool.
I think I should get the Comic Can Coozie logo.
You better do it.
Yeah.
Better sooner rather than later. Oh,
yeah. You should get one straight on the back of your head.
Speaking of tattoos, so tattoos. Emily, friend Emily, she's going back to not to her homeland, but she's going back to where she was doing school.
Okay,
because she was here for an internship, and so she was going back. She's going back home. Yeah, you can take it off.
It's hot in here.
It is hot. There's a window.
Jesus Christ, we're just talking about Bert Kreischer. Now Adam's going shirtless.
Yeah, that's cool. Let him. Sweet. Oh, look at it. He is sweaty.
It's the shirt.
It is. But no, so we go to the Luft, and that was the night before, too. That's where I saw that thing. So she got fucking hammered.
All right.
And so as we're leaving, I hear bing, 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 boom, boom. And I'm like, what's going on around the corner here? There is a tattoo parlor on the same level as the Speakeasy now.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's called or whatever. And they have fucking pinball in there. There's a bunch of guys hanging out, having a good time. And I kind of told Emily, I said, hey, Emily, there's a tattoo shop. You should go get a North Dakota tattoo before you leave. And she's like, okay. She ran in there, and the guy was going to fucking do it for her.
Oh, my God.
It's like, wow.
I thought
you almost always have to sign a waiver that says you haven't been drinking or on drugs like within the last 12 hours.
You'll bleed like crazy, and your tattoo will look like crap.
Well,
but she didn't do it anyway.
No, they took her out. I'm like, well, you guys really should have let her. I told her she should have got North Dakota, just the outline of the state with 2 balls hanging off the backside of it. That really would have summed up her time here. So,
yeah.
Anywho.
All right.
Tattoos.
So do you either of you guys watch that She-Hulk TV show?
No, I'm really puzzled on it. What do they call it? She-Hulk
Attorney at Law.
I should watch it because it just sounds so dumb.
Is that what Birdman was called?
Harvey Birdman, Attorney at Law. Yeah.
This is actually it's pretty funny, and for all the bitching that people were doing about the CGI, it's mostly good, except for when she's trying to move, when they're trying to make her move too fast. Something looks a little off, like she was doing like
some funky blur,
some like yoga poses or something, and it looked a little off, But like when she's just standing around as She-Hulk talking to the Hulk, like it looks just pretty close to the movies and stuff. There's a lot of Mark Ruffalo in the first episode.
That's the only the preview that I've seen multiple times is just Mark Ruffalo chatting with her and them throwing big rocks.
Yeah, and I'm thinking they just used stuff from the first episode for the trailer to try not to give away a whole lot.
Yeah.
But then that was another thing I forgot about from the comics was that She-Hulk is a lot like Deadpool in that she can break the fourth wall and interact with the audience. So I
okay.
forgot about that in the middle of the show. At least once she did that, or in the middle of the first episode.
She does a Ferris Bueller
I think she
aside?
did it about 3 times.
Okay.
Where she just looks into the camera and is talking to you, the audience.
Yes.
You know,
Okay.
and I don't know. It was good.
That's cool. I'll check it out at some point. I'm finally getting around to watching a few things on Disney Plus, but it's mostly now I'm trying to watch Loki, so I'm only halfway through.
Okay.
That. Then I'll jump onto some of the Star Wars ones.
Okay.
Again. Then I'll probably go back around to maybe She-Hulk. Although I heard by like early September, the new Thor Love and Thunder is going to be streaming on there too. So
All right.
I don't know. I'll probably end up just watching that as soon as that one drops on there. But
For sure.
Cool. All right. We got anything else we want to talk about?
I'm ready to cool off, man.
yeah, I'm
Okay.
tripping.
For Comic Can, and I'm ready to see your shirt back on.
Oh well, it's not going to be for a while.
For Comic Can Coozie, I'm Cole.
I'm Adam.
I'm Taylor.